Welcome to the Social Perspective Channel. I don't think people understand just how intense the pressure for perfection really is. Let's get real for a minute. We live in a world obsessed with perfection. Flawless faces, sculpted bodies, and endless filters. Every scroll through your phone is a reminder. You're not enough as you are. This isn't harmless. It's a psychological trap, making you compare your real life to someone else's highlight reel. Instead of seeing your unique self, you start seeing flaws to fix. The beauty industry profits from this insecurity, selling you the fantasy that happiness is just one purchase away. But true confidence doesn't come from a jar or a procedure. This obsession with perfection is a treadmill with no finish line. One change leads to another, and happiness always seems just out of reach. It's not self-improvement, it's self-destruction disguised as beauty. We need to recognize this pressure for what it is, a toxic influence stealing our joy. It's time to stop chasing illusions and start embracing reality. You are more than a collection of fixable flaws. The real you is already enough. Meet Sarah, a bright, funny young woman from a small town. On the surface, she had it all: friends, family, a good job. But inside, Sarah struggled with feeling not pretty enough. Social media made it worse. She spent hours scrolling through images of perfect women, internalizing impossible standards. Her own reflection became a source of anxiety. She nitpicked every detail. Compliments from loved ones couldn't compete with the proof she saw online. Sarah believed if she looked like those women, she'd finally be happy. She thought changing her appearance would fix the emptiness inside. But her real struggle was with self-worth, not her looks. In a world tying value to appearance, it's an easy mistake to make. She convinced herself cosmetic tweaks were the answer. She had no idea the true cost of chasing perfection. Her journey was just beginning. Sarah saved for months for a nose job, convinced it would change everything. The day of surgery, she was nervous but hopeful. This was her ticket to happiness. Recovery was tough, but when the bandages came off, she was ecstatic. The validation from selfies and online praise was intoxicating, but the high faded quickly, and new insecurities took its place. Now her lips seemed too thin, her jawline not sharp enough. The goalpost of perfection kept moving. The surgery didn't cure her insecurity, it fed it. She learned to chase approval through change, not self-acceptance. Each compliment became a drug, each flaw a new project. Instead of loving herself, she became addicted to transformation. The nose job wasn't the end, it was the start of a cycle. Sarah was about to dive deeper, always chasing a feeling just out of reach. The search for perfection had only just begun, and the cost would be higher than she imagined. After her nose job, Sarah's desire for change snowballed. Lip fillers, Botox, cheek fillers, brow lifts, each new procedure promised happiness. Compliments rolled in, but satisfaction never lasted. Her bank account dwindled as she poured money into her transformation. Friends and family grew concerned, but Sarah pushed them away. Online communities cheered her on, fueling her obsession. She was no longer enhancing her features, she was building a new face. The perfect version she chased didn't exist. With every procedure, her reflection became less familiar. The joy of transformation was gone, replaced by anxiety and need. She was addicted, not to surgery but to the hope that the next change would make her whole. But wholeness kept slipping further away. The more she changed, the more lost she became. Sarah was erasing herself, one procedure at a time. The cycle was spiraling out of control. The internet was Sarah's sanctuary, and her torment. Early on, online praise fueled her journey. Every like and compliment felt like proof she was on the right path. But as her appearance changed, so did the comments. Praise turned to criticism. You looked better before. Plastic. Fake. The same platform that built her up now tore her down. Negative comments cut deep, and Sarah became obsessed with them. Her self-worth was now tied to the opinions of strangers. She deleted and blocked, but the criticism never stopped. The digital world became a battlefield, not a refuge. Anxiety and depression took hold. She was trapped, addicted to validation, terrified of judgment. In chasing approval, she lost herself. The double-edged sword of online validation left her wounded and alone. Desperate to fix her latest flaw, Sarah sought one more surgery, a jaw and chin procedure. Ignoring red flags and family pleas, she went ahead, convinced this was her last chance. The surgery was brutal, recovery even worse. When the swelling subsided, she realized something was terribly wrong. Her face was asymmetrical, her smile drooped, nerve damage. The surgeon dismissed her concerns. This was Sarah's breaking point. Staring at her damaged reflection, the illusion shattered. The cost, money, relationships, emotional turmoil had led to this. A botched procedure, permanent damage, and overwhelming regret. She hit rock bottom. In her despair, the frantic need for more change vanished. She mourned not her lost beauty, but the real Sarah she'd left behind. The botched surgery was a brutal wake-up call. It forced her to stop running and confront the consequences of her quest. The chase for perfection had finally broken her. Rock bottom was painful, but it marked the start of Sarah's healing. She reached out to her family, confessing everything. Instead of judgment, she found love and support. With help, she found a therapist specializing in body dysmorphia and addiction. Therapy was tough, unraveling years of insecurity and toxic influence. A digital detox was crucial. She deleted apps, unfollowed toxic accounts, and stepped away from filtered perfection. Support groups connected her with others who understood her struggle. She learned her value wasn't tied to her appearance. Physical recovery was slow, some damage was permanent, but instead of hiding her scars, Sarah began to accept them. Her drooped smile became a symbol of survival. She started to embrace the imperfect, real woman in the mirror. Recovery was slow, but she was finally moving forward. Sarah was learning to love herself again. Sarah's journey back wasn't about erasing the past, but embracing it. She began sharing her story on a private blog, not for likes, but to heal and help others. Her honesty resonated with thousands facing similar pressures. By sharing her vulnerability, Sarah found purpose and strength. She became an advocate, speaking out against unrealistic beauty standards. Self-acceptance became a daily practice, focusing on what she liked, not what she lacked. She rediscovered old hobbies and rebuilt real relationships. The joyful, creative Sarah re-emerged. She learned true self-acceptance isn't about perfection, but knowing you're worthy as you are. Her crooked smile became a badge of resilience. She stopped chasing perfection and embraced her beautiful reality. Sarah was finally herself again. Sarah's story is a wake-up call for anyone who's ever felt not enough. The pursuit of perfection is a game you can't win, sold by social media and an industry thriving on your doubt. Chasing it leads to anxiety, debt, and sometimes irreversible harm. Your worth isn't skin deep or measured by likes. True value lies in your character, kindness, passions, and spirit. These can't be bought or surgically created. Focusing only on appearance is like polishing a car with no engine. It looks good, but goes nowhere. Redefine beauty for yourself. Turn off the noise, stop comparing, and look for beauty in authenticity and resilience. The most beautiful people are confident in their own skin. True beauty is being the best version of yourself, not a copy of someone else. Love and accept yourself. If you're struggling, reach out for help. Your mental and emotional health matter more than any physical ideal. You are already whole and worthy. That's the real meaning of beauty.